So instead of spending all the money to develop an app, we thought, let's make a smaller investment into a little podcast setup. Watching the behind the scenes clips from Hot Fuzz and seeing how much fun that all looked. I mean, that looks amazing. That's the next setup for our Union Street show. We're going to have the bullet time room for one cold open. Yeah, we're there not because we're there to make a lot of money. We're there because we really care about the stuff we're doing. I expected him to be way more pretentious, but he was the nicest person in the world. Kieran, oh my God, if you've still not got another hard drive, go and buy one today.
Seasonal discussions, we're here, it's back. Sorry, it's still me hosting. I still haven't got a prettier person to come in and do it. However, for this episode, we do have a face you will probably recognise. If you're on LinkedIn regularly, which, let's be honest, if you're watching this, you probably are, you might have seen, I believe word on the street is you have a podcast of your own.
Yeah, we do.
Word on the street.
Word on the street.
It's good. It's Finn. It's Finlay.
Hi.
We don't have Amy. Sorry.
It's just me today.
It's just you. How does it feel being on this side of the desk for a change instead of having to actually record and deal with all this yourself?
I mean, I don't have foot pedals, so I'm not worrying about camera switching for once, which is really refreshing.
Yeah, we were having a chat about that just before we got started, about the difference in editing styles and what we do, and I can't lie, I think having foot pedals might make my life a little bit easier.
Oh, you think that until you have to do it.
Try to remember.
Try to remember to also talk and then switch. It's fun.
I struggle to remember to talk and then stop. I think that tends to be a bit of my issue. So before we go any further, a reminder, if you are new to watching Seasonal Discussions, it's free for you to subscribe to the channel. It's free for you to follow us on LinkedIn, and that does a massive amount to actually support us. Links to Word on the Street and to, admittedly, from what I've heard, not just from the man himself, but from colleagues, he's not on LinkedIn very often, or doesn't use it very much.
Not on LinkedIn very often.
But we'll share the links to Finn's page as well. But tell us more about you. How did you start off on this sort of media journey, shall we call it?
Yeah, so my background is in media. So I did a media degree at RGU, graduated a couple of years ago, and then I was looking for work, trying to find media jobs, and the struggles of finding work at the moment, tough. But yeah, then came across our Union Street, which were, the initiative looking to regenerate the city centre, and they had a position available for someone to come in and do some coordination work. Initially, it wasn't so much media stuff. It was more volunteer coordination, running up reports on different stuff. And then it slowly started becoming, I was able to use my skills from my degree to create videos, content on the stuff that we were doing. And then the podcast started when we wanted to build an Aberdeen app, but we weren't sure if there would be enough public use for it. So instead of spending all the money to develop an app, we thought, let's make a smaller investment into a little podcast setup. And then I guess the rest is history. Yeah.
Did you go straight from high school to RGU? Or was
I took 1 year out just to sort of work and build myself as a person, which I think made a massive difference, because I felt like going into uni from high school, I had that break. I had that time to just sort of sit, relax. It wasn't just working all the way through for the last, what would that be, a decade and a bit.
Oof.
So yeah, just a nice break helped, I think.
That
chill it.
Space.
Yeah, it makes a massive difference.
I think there's a lot of people do, like obviously I came from the college background, my sons came through it. College is a great little barrier in between. Did you just go straight high school to uni, or did you do the college bit
So
in between,
I did high school.
Yeah.
Then I took just a full year out, but I did some night classes in filmmaking at Nescol, which were great to give me some sort of foundational stuff in, camera work, editing, that sort of thing. But yeah, then I just went straight in first year uni media degree, which taking those elements from college was super helpful, because a lot of the foundational classes I already had that knowledge. So instead of learning from the ground up, I was just reinforcing the stuff I already knew, which was just so good.
What year was that you started uni then?
2019. Oof. So I think I got almost a full year, no COVID. And then it was right at the end of first year. We went, we're going to have to leave.
Oh, no.
So it was half of first year, all of second year, half of third year was COVID affected. But the third year was like that blend. Yeah. It's rough, but, me and my friends often discuss which year or entry point would have been the worst for being affected by COVID. Yeah, I think we got quite lucky.
Coming into first year and just all of a
first
sudden
year
not being able to do anything.
Yeah, we were lucky that we had those foundational relationships that you'd already met, like lecturers, course mates, flatmates. You had people you'd spoken to, but yeah, if you were coming in first year, wouldn't you be coming in first year? You'd be hovering first year, and just kind of existing. Yeah, no, I really sympathise for anyone who's had to go through that, and the knock-on effects are still to be seen. Yeah. What drew you to the media side of things? So obviously, was there like a thing in high school or anything that kind of went, I want to do something? Like, was it a film attraction? Was it an audio side of things? What kind of film? I've always kind of been quite creative. Used to make dumb YouTube videos at like primary school with friends. Just always had an interest in that, and then I just liked movies. And then I think it was watching the behind the scenes clips from Hot Fuzz and seeing how much fun that all looked. I mean, that looks amazing. I'd love to do stuff like that. So finding that media route, and the reason I chose media rather than going down a specific film is the media degree had a lot of marketing stuff and communication stuff. So, you know, there's the skeptical part of your brain where you go, oh, I want to go into creative industry. But creative industry is very competitive, difficult to get into. So I thought, give myself some real world business experience as well. But always had an interest in media. Yeah, film. I think a lot of people are going down that side of things now. Like you say, with content creation, with YouTube videos, with TikTok, Instagram lives, everything, and the tools that you have in your pocket now, with like just being able to pull your phone out and start recording things in 4K and 60 FPS and do everything you want with it. It's just everything's so much more available now than it was when we started off. Yeah, like the kit, like you say, buying even the podcasting stuff, it's not cheap. No, it's not easy to just go, I'm going to buy all these amazing things and start doing stuff. Whereas now, everything's so much more. You buy yourself a cheap £5 mic off a TikTok shop or something, plug it into your phone, switch your camera on, and you're good to go. Good to go, yeah. I know a lot of like big films have shot bits on iPhones, which is wild to think about. Well, look, was it 28 Days Later? 28 years later, 28 years, sorry, Dev Patel's Monkey Man did it. Like, loads of films are now just embracing the fact that a phone is not only really high quality, but really portable. Yeah. So you can do shots that you might not have ever been able to do before. Well, I think I've listened to a thing with Danny Boyle just afterwards, and he was saying it made it so much easier for, if you wanted like a POV shot from a character, it was so much easier to just take the camera, hand it to the actor who was doing whatever, and just literally let them go. Attach a chest mount to them, attach the camera, and you've got that first-person POV that you wouldn't have had so easily if you're going with this massive camera mount and try to carry things around. We're even able to do like bullet time stuff with that big horseshoe style thing. Yeah, it looks amazing. Is wild. I want that. I want that, yeah. Admittedly, if I could afford 20 iPhones, I would probably, be buying just one massive camera. Yeah, that's the next setup for our Union Street show. We're going to have the bullet time room for one cold open. Just for the sake of it? Just for the sake of it. Yeah, we'll use it once, scrap it later. No. Imagine you trying to climb into a hole in the wall, but with that rig set up all the way around you instead. Yeah, I think we could make it work. Did you ever find out what was really back there? Have you done a little bit of a deeper investigation? So there's not directly into that hole, but under the office there is a massive space that's currently being refitted for toilets and other offices and storage space. But there's also, it almost just looks like an opening into catacombs. Like the underbelly of Union Street is just underneath the office. Really creepy. It's a creepy space. But that's a vlog. Yeah, we've tried to do some things down there, but every time we do it, the tone is just so off because it's genuinely quite grim. It's like pipes and old brickwork and damp. And like, okay, we're trying to do a light-hearted show here. It starts off as this really positive thing, and then the further into it you go, you're just like, no, hang on, this has got like horror vibes. Oh, for a creative project, it's going to be amazing. for the fun show, maybe not. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe for Word on the Street, it'd be just Word Under the Street. Word Under the Street. Write that down. There's the next episode going. So what took you from finishing university to being, like, what did you do in between coming out of there and going to our university? Yeah, so I had a background in hospitality. So I've been working in the hospitality industry since I was old enough to be behind a bar. Yeah. Sometimes before that, but we won't name names. We won't name names. But I was working in hospitality, so I was doing hospitality work and then just doing freelance stuff just to build my portfolio of work. Yeah. I worked with a lot of the businesses, specifically hospitality businesses around the Belmont area, through my connections for uni work anyway. Yeah. So I just went in, did some more filming, built up a portfolio, and it then meant when I was able to apply for jobs, I had something to show, which was good because when I went for working at our Union Street, they saw what I'd done, and they also had seen that I was working with local businesses, working with local people, which was for them really important, and for me is really important because local businesses are so desperately needed.
It's been a big difference that our Union Street has actually made, and I want to dispel a myth to a lot of people here. So a lot of people look at our Union Street and it doesn't get enough of a positive review that it should, because I think a lot of people go, you know, how much money is being spent? How much money does our Union Street get? Am I right in saying you're literally the only paid staff member within the structure? Almost?
Yeah, I think if it's not, there's an intern who's getting funded, like their position is being funded.
Yeah.
We recently took on another member of staff who was also an intern, who, much like this current one, they were paid, I want to say it was citation needed.
Yeah.
Wood Group was funding their internship.
Okay.
But then she did an incredible job and they wanted to just get another person.
Yeah.
We're not paid a king's ransom.
No, exactly.
I think is what Bob said. We're there not because we're there to make a lot of money. We're there because we really care about the stuff we're doing. But we've got Bob and Derek volunteer their time. There's a whole team of volunteers. You've got Chrissy, David, Jeffrey, like so many people who give their time just freely. So there's just a young cohort of myself, Oliver, who's only there for I think a month or two, and then Millie, and then that's the three.
I think a lot of people see it and they just go, oh, there's always, I mean, Bob is at the forefront of a lot of things. We had the chance to sit down and interview him on Union Street a couple of weeks ago. Amazing human being. But they see these people, these big, important business people within Aberdeen. There's no way they'd give up their time for free. They do. Yeah, no, they do.
Bob in particular, he's volunteering his time. He could be just sitting chilling if he wanted to, but he's not. He's so passionate about all the stuff that he does. Reaching out to loads of businesses, just so proactive about everything he does. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
And I think people, it's easy to assume that there's some ulterior motive, but there's just not.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to just go, oh, maybe they're just doing it because they want to.
Yeah. I think it's getting over that. And I've said it before on the podcast, I don't mind saying it again, the Abermoner approach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of negativity. It's a terrible phrase to use, and I apologise to those for me using it, but it's kind of the easiest descriptor we can give to that. And I don't think there's a negative approach to change in Aberdeen as such. It's just one definitive direction for that change, which can be difficult to see.
Yeah, one of the things Bob finds quite interesting is when you get people who fire off really negative comments. If they didn't care, they wouldn't comment anything.
Yeah.
There are people who do care a lot about Aberdeen as it's the city that they either live in or they grew up in or whatever their connection is. So when he sees someone kind of lashing out online, he will usually reach out to them, like give them that olive branch of, well, totally understand your concern, however, XYZ. And he does find that by giving them that response that they do mellow. It's just that initial...
Yeah, it's that reaction.
Yeah.
People see something and they have an initial reaction to it and they voice it and they vent it, and it's just kind of I want to say something.
Yeah.
And like you say, engage in a conversation, and that could become productive as opposed to reactive.
And you're not sending comments out like that if you don't care about a subject. If you don't care, you just move on. But there's people who do care. And there are a lot of people who care really, really passionately.
Yeah.
And we just want to try and funnel that energy into a more positive mindset.
How do you feel like the vibe is within our Union Street? It's like I've gone past a couple of times, and there's days where there might only be one or two people within it. Do you think? But then you get the like the cleanups and stuff that happen.
Yeah.
I saw the photos going up with the one recently down next to the old tourist information spot next to the corner of Ship Row area. How is the vibe within the office or within the building by itself? Do you find it's often quite up and down, or
no? It's we've got different teams all working on different things. We've got one team working on storytelling.
Yeah.
So they're trying to pick out fun facts that people might not know about Aberdeen history.
Yeah,
so at the moment they're doing stuff on medical marvels. So a lot of medical firsts have started in Aberdeen. So they're currently working on displays that should be coming soon. Ready for the tall ships is the idea. But we want to use the empty units that have just been sitting dormant and put stuff in them. So we've got one team doing that. You've got David and Jeffrey who work tirelessly finding these empty units, updating information, trying to make them more appealing for businesses coming in, just writing up stuff about rent, rates, promotions certain landlords are applying. You've then got Bob and Derek, who are mainly just doing emails, talks, just planning stuff. You've then got myself, you've got Amy doing podcast stuff, doing website stuff. And then, we've got two 3D architects, Joe and Amy from MacMono, who are incredible. They only are in 2 days a week, but they have so much stuff they're doing. They're doing incredible stuff for putting planters on Union Street, for creating signage for shops so that things look uniform and nice. So everyone's all working on different stuff all the time. And then it's nice when we all kind of come together, collaborate, and, I might be working on a video for something, and then storytellers will go, oh, can you help us make this video for one of the shops? And we're all working together.
Yeah,
it's all
everyone
good.
crosses over. I think I met the two young, and I'm not going to say architects, you're right, training. I didn't realise that architect was a protected title.
Yeah.
That was like, you can't go around calling yourself a doctor, you can't go around calling yourself a professor without... I didn't realise that architect was one of those protected job roles.
Yeah.
Jesus, the amount of work they have to go through, not
so
just
they've done, I believe, 5 years.
Yeah.
Now they're in practice. So they are currently working for another firm doing work. But then they also have to keep on writing stuff, continually update their stuff, and then send that off. And I believe they still have exams to do at the end of that again. And then maybe. If
they learn the secret handshake. And then you get us, we just go along, do a media thing, rock up with a microphone and a camera and just go, hey, cool, we're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing.
Everyone's a journalist these days.
Yeah.
Your role, obviously, at our Union Street must take up a lot of your time. Do you still find time for like making your own kind of content stuff as well outside of that?
Well, yeah. So actually coming up to tall ships now, we've got, the 18th to the 22nd?
Yeah.
I'm taking part in the 48-hour film festival for Inverness, which starts on the 18th, because it was after watching a half-ounce film that the 19-year-old Nescol student Kieran Williamson made. It just inspired me to get back into it, because I went into my media degree to do creative film. And then just with life, you find that those creative things just have to take the back burner.
Yeah.
And it was speaking to a friend of mine, Scotty Gray, who was the cinematographer on my student film. He just sort of reached out and went, hey, you still wanting to do creative stuff? I went, yeah, actually, I've just watched this film. I'm really wanting to. He was like, cool, I'm putting your name down for the 48-hour film festival. You are taking part.
Okay.
And then sometimes that's all you need. You just need to just do it.
Yeah.
So I'll be taking part in that.
So you're going to have to miss the first couple of days of the tall ships?
Yeah. Just timing is what it is.
Typical. Damn you, Inverness. Putting things on at the same time. How dare you? Damn you, Inverness. I should love it. I've got family up there. I should pay more attention to it. So have you got, like, are you the kind of creative person who, with that filmmaking things, have always got ideas in your head of things to do? Because, I can't shut this off.
Yeah. That's how it is. It's the curse. Like, I'll always have an idea, and then it's just, time, budget. But, like, watching Kieran's film and hearing him talk about it, it's just a case of just go and do it. There's nothing realistically, as we said at the start, you've now got phones that can do it. You can pick up a mic pack. You're not going to win Cannes, but you can make something that you are happy with. Yeah. Make something that, you're proud of, that you put work into, that you can look at and go, I made this.
It's there. Once you've made it, it's there forever.
Yeah.
You've got it. You can distribute it. You can do what you want to do with it. How was that, the premiere? Because you went to the premiere of a half-ounce.
Oh, it was just incredible. Such an incredible show of support for local creative talent. And, Kieran is the person kind of at the forefront of it. And for a 19-year-old director with a creative vision who made a film, I expected him to be way more pretentious. Yeah. But he was the nicest person in the world.
It's annoying, isn't it?
So irritating. He was the nicest person I think I've spoken to in a very long time. He had this really altruistic view of it all, where he was like, I want to make something that I can be proud of. So I want to open this up to as many people as possible so that they can also be a part of something that they're proud of.
Yeah.
And for a 19-year-old to have that perspective on creative industry making was just wild. Yeah. So... the premiere was just him, the cast, the crew, family, friends, random people who had heard about it and just wanted to check it out. So I think there were about 200 people there.
Yeah, I think he said, we met with him yesterday, he said it was like 150 to 200 they had the room for.
So the screen was almost full. The only area that wasn't was those awful seats right at the front where you're looking up at the screen like this.
The neck breakers.
The neck breaking seats. But the whole place was absolutely packed. And he gave just a nice spiel at the start, just saying that, the film's not perfect. At the end of the day, it's a student film. But he just went in with a vision to make this thing, and it's been a labor of love, and here it is. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing to just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, I had the chance. I actually met him a couple of days ago, and like you say, for a 19-year-old to have that kind of head on his shoulders and still be like, the only reason I met him is because someone I know was doing like a documentary behind the scenes kind of thing for him, and just Kieran was like, cool, where do you need me, what do you want to do to get this, like, you want this shot, cool, you tell me where to go and I'll do it. It's like he had the director's head still on, but in the most supportive way possible. And they've now, strangely enough, they discovered that between them, Kieran's going off to university, so is the guy who was making this thing. They kind of knew each other beforehand. Turns out they're both going to the same university, doing the same course and going in at the same year.
Crazy.
So they're actually about to be in the exact same class as each other, which means they're going to do a lot more stuff for each other going forward. But just the amount of local talent that he actually used to put this thing on.
There's an incredible network of people, creative people in Aberdeen, and it doesn't get talked about enough. And an event like a Half Ounce was so important because it really brought it into the light that, there are creative people, and again, young people who get a bit of a bad rap at the moment, just like, they just want to sit inside and do nothing. No,
exactly.
A team of 40 people made a 50-minute short film on, well, I was going to say zero budget, but no, Kieran self-funded it.
Yeah, I heard the budget yesterday. Yeah, good luck to him having that coming out of his pocket.
Yeah,
that's So do you want to do something like that? Is that your you want to create something as well?
Creating something would be amazing. Like the feeling of making something that is yours is not a feeling like it.
Yeah, and
I love creative film. I think creative film is incredible. It's a great medium to do so many things. So I think, that's something I really want to go back into, and hopefully this film festival will encourage me to just do it more often.
Get back in and do. I often find that, like for me, I like doing documentary style stuff. I like creating documentaries, and storytelling is kind of my thing, and I don't think I've got the right kind of creative brain to write a film. I think that's an issue a lot of younger people face, is they hear creative writing and they think filmmaking. It's not always just filmmaking. You can have an idea or a vision for something that could be a documentary, could be a storytelling thing, could be a series, could be a one-off. There's so many different avenues I don't think a lot of people know enough about.
Yeah, I think that's fair. When creative can just be it can be so many things. There's so many mediums that you can use to portray what you're wanting. There's never one right answer, and also the beauty of creative industry is that you can do whatever. There's someone I met through uni that loved creative stuff, but he was an animator, so he started doing really classic style, like Jason and the Argonauts style 3D, like stop motion.
Nice.
Which is such a cool thing, and it's not traditional filmmaking. But he was finding a way to get his creative vision out there. It's just so cool.
I think the only mistake anyone can make when it comes to creative stuff is not making the thing you want to make. Like if you want to make something, make it. The worst thing you can do is make it and not be happy with it, but then you just don't have to put it out and you move on to the next thing. If you have an idea for something, and I'm going to say this to everyone watching, if you have an idea, do it. Do the idea. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be high budget. It doesn't have to be high production value. Make it, and if you think, hang on, this could benefit from higher production value, remake those bits. But make the thing. Do the thing.
There comes a point where you just got to bite the bullet and go, no, I'm making this. And that's
the time a lot of people end up at uni and go to these things like the film festivals and the creative. It's just take the chances, take the opportunities that you've got.
When I was in my final year of uni and you have your project to do, you can either go down the traditional route, which is your classic dissertation, your 10,000 word report, or you can do like a practical project. And it probably would have been easier for me to take a traditional route. I went, no, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to make a film. Definitely it was a choice.
Choices were made.
Probably the most stressful project I've ever worked on in my life.
Was it?
Was it worth it? Yeah. We did good. We did good in the class. It was great. But yeah, that was... Still use it in interviews now as like, oh, what's a time you've faced adversity? Like, yeah, I made a film and it was the most miserable, stress-inducing project I've ever worked in my life.
I hate that question in interviews. You know, at times you go to a job interview and it's like, tell us a time where you overcame this, or it's like, no. How do you know I'm telling you the truth? I could literally lie to you right now.
I think they see the real pain in my eyes. They see me like do the Kubrick stare. Yeah. Like I'm not looking at them anymore. I'm just recounting the event. 1,000 yards.
Distance.
Yeah. I'm just like, so basically I was picking up my bag to go to the shoot day. And one of the key actors in this 2-person scene messaged me saying, I'm not coming. To a location that I had paid money to rent out.
Oh no.
And then I arrived, cinematographer, other actor, me as director, and I was like, okay, what are we doing today? It's like, well, we're rewriting. We are rewriting this to make it work with one person.
What we're going to do is just sit here for some time and see how many face shots we can get of just you doing your part.
Yep. So, and then it was just a continuation of that. Yeah. RGU deciding that the month before hand-ins was the perfect time to just get rid of the editing studio. Laptops, motherboard fries because there was a storm and Velux windows.
Yeah.
It was slightly open, so the wind blew it open, rain came in, rained on my laptop, fried the motherboard, lost the footage, lost the editing, lost all my progress. So I had to go in to random classes at RGU, just knocking on the door, class in progress, and going, hi, I'm a 4th year media student and I need a computer to edit on. Can I just sit in on this class?
Please.
And a bunch of first years all looking at me going, who is this guy? So doing that for about a month, I got to know the night guard pretty well, because he would have to knock on the door and go, hey, Finn, it's time to go. I've got to lock you out. It's like, okay.
Like, wait, it's that time already?
Yeah.
Jesus, that must have been heartbreaking, just seeing that, watching the damage happen and being like, well, there's nothing I can do to fix this.
There's literally nothing I could do. Yeah.
Jesus. I think that's got to be every creative's worst nightmare. Please back up your work, everyone. Jesus.
While we're on this, Kieran, this is for you. Kieran, who had this 40-person crew.
Yeah.
We know the budget.
Yeah.
11 months of work. He had one copy on a second-hand hard drive that he bought from CEX.
Oh, no. Why?
And he told us that, and we said, that's crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Get another hard drive.
Everyone's collective hearts just went, what?
It was me and Joe, one of the trainee architects. We both went, get another hard drive today.
Lord.
And he went, ah! And then he was telling me that I think the couple of days before they had to send it in, they were having some editing issues. But he was there going, has the footage corrupted? Has it all gone wrong? Were they right? As we know, hindsight.
Yeah.
Worked out fine. It was a great accomplishment, but Kieran, oh my god, if you've still not got another hard drive, go and buy one today, please.
This is why there's 3 cameras in here, and even as we were setting this up, one of my cameras decides it doesn't want to work, hence why we've only got a 2-camera setup for this one now. But it's like, give yourself options. Don't have everything on one. I can't believe he's got away with that.
I honestly
so lucky.
If it was just one project that only he was involved with, I kind of wish it failed. But the fact that there were so many other people involved.
Can you imagine getting to just that final part and everything? Oh, no. Yeah. I'm meeting Kieran again next week. He's actually coming on to be a guest on one of these as well. He's going to come in and sit in. He's the next person we're interviewing after this. And I'm going to bring that up to him.
Please.
The first thing I'm going to do is ask him how many hard drives he owns.
Yeah. I can't believe it either.
Dear Lord.
It was a wild thing to learn.
What was wrong with that? It's nice to know, though, that there is that group of people. Just coming back to what you said before about there was a lot of creative talent in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to think that to succeed in the creative side of things, or to progress in the creative side, you need to be in Manchester, Leeds, London, in Scotland, Glasgow, Edinburgh. Yeah. It's a shame. There's more up here.
Yeah, and I think so. You've got groups like Crow House, which is headed up by one of my old lecturers.
Nice.
They're trying to dispel that myth as well. So they're doing great work of making films. I think this is the 3rd cohort, or crowhort as they're calling it, that are working on films, and they're all about taking, again, young, keen, inspired individuals and just sort of elevating them, giving them a space to be part of that creative process, to make a film, to make something, and like Kieran said, make something you can be proud of, and then people can learn from it, and then pass on to the next cohort. So you've got people that were involved in maybe cohort 1, cohort 2 that are now part of teaching the new people. And then this hopefully becomes a cycle, and then you'll have people splintering off to do their own projects, solo projects from that. So it's good.
So, I mean, as well as, obviously, there's the creative, there's the filmmaking side of things, but there has been a lot of progress on the musical side of things lately as well. You had Nicole D come on as a guest at one point, and they had, was it Next Wave, New Wave?
Next Wave Aberdeen.
Yeah, I believe that there's now like things happening outside of Aberdeen.
Yeah, I saw it was today. I saw a post about Next Wave Edinburgh, or an equivalent of Next Wave happening there.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
It's just nuts. Did you get along to the Next Wave event? I was hoping to get to it, but I missed it.
I didn't. I think I had been called in to do another event for something else, but I had spoken to Nicole a lot, and she was super keen. It was actually one of my friends who had moved to Nottingham, who sent it to me to get involved with, because he was like, "This is a really important thing. I think you should go and support this."
It was big.
Yeah, it's so good to see.
Yeah. I was at NESCOL just up until recently, and Nicole was studying at the same time. And she gave us, on the radio station, so my big thing at college was trying to get the radio station back on the go.
Nice.
And she actually gave us an exclusive play of one of, at the time, I think it was her latest single that she was putting out. And she just came and sat in the studio, like randomly appeared in the studio and sat with us for 5 minutes. I've never seen such drive from one person to try and make so many things succeed. Yeah. She's a unique individual.
Yeah, when we had her on the show, that was the exact vibe I got. Just, I want to do this. It is going to happen. Yeah. But again, like hearing that, really, this is not just about me. This is for everyone else. I'm doing this for the betterment of Aberdeen and the image of Aberdeen, and for, again, a group of young people to have that mindset is just amazing.
I wish I had that motivation when I was younger. I kind of have some of it now, but now my body's just like, I can't. The brain wants to do everything, and now the body's just decided, no, you're not getting to do any of this. It's just so good to see that kind of passion coming from younger folks in Aberdeen. Are you feeling that, not just from the creative side, but being through our Union Street, is that passion starting to come back to Aberdeen a little bit more, do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely say I've noticed a big change in mindset, especially in young people and people my age, where a lot of my friends would have previously been like, Aberdeen, it's a bit, But now that they're watching the show, because they initially watched the show because I'm on it.
Fair.
But now they're going, actually, I didn't know that this event was going on. I didn't know that this shop existed. I didn't know that there were so many things. And it's just really nice that, I guess, the mindset is changing.
Yeah.
And when we went to the premiere, there were so many young people there. And the amount of people that came up to me and went, "Oh, I love what you're doing for the show." I love what the show is doing for Aberdeen.
Yeah.
I love that you're putting a positive spin on things. And having that reaction was so good, because it's a younger generation that usually have like that pessimistic mindset.
Yeah.
Coming and being genuinely really positive about the city, which is so important.
I think Aberdeen deserves a bit more positive nature to it. There's so many good things happen, and I get there are barriers to these good things happening, but there will always be barriers to some good things happening.
Yeah.
Nothing that you want to be positive is ever going to come easily. And I think we're in that transitional phase just now of the good things are on the horizon. We can see them. They're almost tangible to us now. But we're all just stuck in that rut of going, please, just can it be here now?
Yeah, I think the big one we're fighting against is the roadworks.
Yeah.
Because the roadworks they don't look great because they're roadworks.
Obviously.
And it's affecting local business. And obviously we don't want harm to come to local businesses that are already having a rough time with people moving away from high street retail. But there will come a point where the roadworks will be done, and the market is going to be built, and it's going to look good, and the whole area is going to be better. Yeah. But it's just trying to see that is coming. It's hard to look past the issue that's right in front of you.
Yeah. Especially when it's such a big visual issue as well. Yeah. It's not like it's something where you're aware of it happening, but you're not really... It's literally smack
right in the
dab
middle.
In the city centre. You can't miss it.
You unfortunately can't miss it.
I think
that's the nature of it.
Seeing the difference with the market, for so long, it was just essentially a waste ground. Like, everything had been torn down. Putting the foundations in takes the longest part because of so much preliminary work that has to go into it. Now that those are in and the building's actually starting to come up from ground level, again, makes a big difference. It
Yeah.
used to be you had to be on the top deck of a bus going up Market Street to see if anything was happening. Now you're walking past and you can actually see something's taking shape.
Yeah.
Something's beginning to happen. And it feels, for me anyway, I walk past it and go, oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now we can actually start to see what the architects and the renders looked like.
Yeah.
Starting to take shape in front. Like, everyone hated Marshall Square when it first was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's now...
I love
Marshall Square.
I love Marshall
I
Square.
think it looks really pretty, if I'm honest.
Because you've got the Leopard, you've got Mackey's, you've got Haggis Grill.
Yeah.
Haggis Grill is so good.
The portion sizes are insane.
They are so good. I'm going on Friday.
I spoke to one of the management team within Marshall Square, and he's in Maggie's quite a bit, and he wants to go more. He's like, I can't, my waistline will not tolerate me going into that place anymore. The portion sizes are too good. I want to take the Leopard out. I think the Leopard should be out somewhere in a bit more visible space. I'd love to see it just like out of there, because I think it's just a little bit too hidden away. Get it out into the main.
But then it encourages you to go in and see it.
True.
If you get something in that corner unit where Resident X used to be, with some sort of outside seating, that's a beautiful thing to look up at.
I love that idea of just, see, that's what I always envisioned for Union Street, is that outside seating spot, having it a lot more, like, less retail focused and more hospitality focused.
Yeah.
Because the high streets now are not for retail, really. When you consider the advent of online shopping, online purchasing, retail doesn't really lend itself as well to a high street as it used to.
Yeah.
I love the idea of having a community space where people can go to and spend time more than going there to spend money. Because like, if you're spending time there, you're naturally going to end up spending money in it anyway, the longer you're there for.
So that's what we've found from our research and businesses, is that the businesses that are doing really well are ones where people are not just going in to buy a thing and leave.
Yeah.
So you've got places like that had an incredible first year on Union Street, and part of that success comes to, it's a community hub.
Yeah.
People are going there to not just buy their games, but to play them as well.
Yeah.
They're going to play them, meet friends, meet other people.
Yeah.
And I like that the owners decided not to include like coffee and other stuff.
That wasn't Geekery Street, that was Thistle Tavern.
Thistle Tavern. Let's run that back.
Yeah, it's fine. We've had Stuart in to chat to us already as well.
Yeah, no,
it's all good.
Thistle Tavern.
Thistle Tavern is a spot. They are great.
No, they're amazing. And Stuart specifically said he didn't want to have teas and coffees because he wanted people to go and experience the other incredible places on Union Street. So you've got places like 474 Cup, you've got Cafe Society, other stuff like that. So
there's so many good, like, even local spots for coffees. Like, don't get me wrong, I am a bit of a coffee addict, I'll freely admit it. And going to the chains is always easy, it's good, you know what you're getting, you're going in. But I try and find myself now going into smaller, so like I'll go into Mount more than I will anywhere else. Dough and Co. or Donut and Co. Just gone in. If nothing, like, every time I go in, they're always like, by the way, there's just some like bits of donuts that are going out. If you want to just help yourself, I'm like, please stop telling me this.
Yeah.
Stop it. Like, I'm just going to take the tray and leave. Or I'm going to stand here and shove it all into my face. There's also, was it Second Home? Second Story?
Yeah.
Which I believe just changed hands recently as well.
Yes.
But there's so many little local places that I think could benefit massively from just being on the high street, being more accessible to people instead of being on these little side streets.
Yeah. You do find that the side streets do form their own tight-knit communities. Yeah. And they all, it's like ecosystems with symbiotic relationships between all the businesses. Yeah. So you've got a lot of the bars on Belmont Street. You've got, Tippling, Drummond's, Sibs, Rev, Triple Kirk's, I guess.
TK's kind of right at the end.
But they all feed into each other. They all help each other out. They, especially between like Siberia and Tippling. Yeah. And then round the corner from that, you've got 99 as well. And they all the teams know each other. Yeah. They go and visit each other. It's nice. It's really good community business spirit.
Yeah. There's a lot of literally give and take between them all. Of, like you say, it's that business thing of, okay, the staff aren't working there tonight, so they've gone on a night out and they go in the corner. I used to work in, when it first opened, Liquid nightclub when it was in Aberdeen, which is where Attic is now, or is it still called Attic? I don't even know.
It's not. I want to say it's Aura.
Aura, that's the one. But yeah, because I mean, that used to be the Palace. There'll be people watching this who remember when it was the Palace beforehand. Dear God, that place. That building is massively haunted, by the way. There was a top floor within there, because it used to be a cinema. There was a top floor within it that still has a lot of old movie posters and stuff in, or at least it did when I worked there. But as soon as you open the hatch to go in that room, you know there's something, at least 3 things in there watching you. But we used to have the same approach. So the business that owned it, or the company that owned it, also owns what is now the Capitol office building at the top end. And that used to be Jumpin' Jack's club. and a Chicago Rock Cafe downstairs.
Ooh, nice.
But because they were all owned by the same place, when we weren't, so like if Liquid was closed one night, we would go into Jumpin' Jacks for a night out instead. That symbiotic relationship kind of needs to be there for these businesses to survive. You know, there needs to be that connection between, okay, we're closed, but we know these guys, so we're going to go and see them instead. Yeah. And I think I like the tram stations, the tram units that are on Union Terrace. I think they're starting to find a bit of that as well.
Yeah, and then Wild Goose, hopefully, they're hoping to open before Tall Ships.
Yeah.
Which I think will be amazing if they can get that done. Because the concept art we've seen from the inspiration we've heard from the owner, it looks like it's going to be an incredible venue. I've
been in it while they've been working on it. There was a gentleman from a company called Aberdeen Micro Cement, who had been brought in to do the big red central pillar to basically recoat that. And I had no idea what micro cement was before this guy had even reached out to me. It's applied as if you're like replastering a wall, right? But it's actual cement that you're putting up onto this thing instead. So we've been going in doing photography sessions for him while he's been doing this work in progress. And again, seeing the difference from what it was from when our Union Street was in there to what it is now, it's just like, this place is
it's really weird to see the difference.
It's just like it's been hollowed out and then rebuilt up again as a structure. And I've been looking at all the little concept images that they've had lying around at the same time. It looks so good. What's the other new one that's just opened on Union Street? Glenhouse?
Glenhouse, yeah.
Have you been in it
yet? We were invited along for their sort of opening night. It's awesome. It's great to see. We've been following Glenhouse for a while, so it was one of the clients that David, one of the volunteers in the office, has been working with quite closely. Okay. So I think one of the reasons we work so closely is there wasn't a direct letting agent involved. Because I don't think a letting agent actually owned the building. Yeah. So we acted as the middleman to get it up and running with Parveen, who helped bring it to life. Yeah. So, it's a nice touch of like home classics, house specials that I think Union Street is desperately needed. And it's in a good spot. Top of Crown Street, you've got Golden Square for parking just across the road near the music hall. So it's good. I think
I'm gonna have to go in at some point.
Oh, it's good.
I need to go in. I want to try more places. I always find myself going to the same restaurants.
Yes.
I can't help myself. Everest at the top of Union Street. I do love Everest. Give me a curry any day of the week. What's your food choice?
Food choice. Probably Mexican. Rest in peace, muchachos from Rose Street. They were my absolute go-to. Heartbroken when they left. But other than that, Maggie's Grill is just so good. Yeah. It's just so good. And the portion sizes have never, ever let me down. Yeah.
It's just like, it's let my waistline down quite a bit. Sadly, unfortunately. I mean, I'll blame myself. It's not their fault I order too much food whenever I go into it. So obviously we've spoke a bit about, what led you to where you are now, what your time is and what you do with our Union Street. What do you see on the horizon for yourself? Obviously you've got the creative film coming up. You want to get back into doing these kind of things as well. Have you got like a definitive, this is what I want to achieve, or is it kind of these are little things that I'm going to hopefully do on a path to lead me where I'm going? What's in the horizon for you?
So it's the question you always get asked. What's next? I don't know is the honest answer. I think so. I had a 12-month contract with Union Street, so that would be coming up to an end in September. Okay. If offered, I would stay longer. I like what I'm doing. I like the work I'm doing, and I think I've now got more invested into the future of the Union Street, Aberdeen. Yeah. So part of our Union Street vision is taking in people who have passion and are keen and wanting to move on in their career and taking them and giving them the skills they need to then move on. So ideally, spend a bit more time with our Union Street, keep doing some work, but then move into, I guess, another job. Yeah. Somewhere. I've found it very fun working with businesses, working with, I guess, clients. So stuff like that, business, like branding, marketing, communication stuff has been really good. But I don't know. It's all loose. No plans.
I like that. We've spoke to Adam Joji previously from Grip Sports, and he's kind of the same. He's like, it's not, I want this to happen or I want that to happen. It's like, I want to progress and get to somewhere where that is. I don't know. We'll find out as we go. But it's that, that free flowing. I want to be involved in X. How I get to there. Yeah. I don't really care as much.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Everything I'm doing, I'm learning. Every podcast we do, I'm trying to do something different or just streamline the process. I've currently got a media team in, so a load of volunteers who have either just graduated from uni, still at uni, graduated from other courses, NESCOL, or other people who have absolutely no media experience whatsoever, just have been passionate to get involved. So now that team's kind of coming together, I'm finding I'm leading them a bit, helping train in some aspects and just sort of do content stuff with them. So it's been good, yeah. We're just chilling.
Just encourage that content creation thing. And the more we can do for Aberdeen, the better. Have you ever seen Talk of the Dean?
Talk of the Dean.
TikTok account.
I've not. I'm not on TikTok.
No?
I think, for me, I know what I'm like with socials. And I made a conscious effort not to make a TikTok account.
Okay.
And I think it makes me better. But I just use Instagram just as much as if I had TikTok.
It's like I look at pictures instead of watching videos.
Yeah, exactly. And I absorb a lot of TikTok content through my girlfriend, so I might as well be on TikTok.
Yeah, it's on there often enough. You're listening to it in the background, being scrolled through as it goes. Talk of the Dean's a great account. She recently went sort of full time doing these kind of things.
Awesome.
And she just explores different bits of Aberdeen, posts little highlights of where she's been and what she's doing. And it's a great little thing. I think Aberdeen needs more of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like you said, the negative side of things of people not knowing what to do when they come out of stuff. Just look at the happy side of things.
Yeah.
Be happy and enjoy the good stuff in Aberdeen. Just don't go to Den in the Glen. Unless you want to be traumatised.
I'm actually gonna counter. Den in the Glen, if you know what you're going for, you're 100% aware of this is what the Den in the Glen is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's very unique.
I also think there's a lot of people who don't realise the international reach that some of the statues of Den in the Glen have.
The traumatic Barney and traumatic
Shrek. Barney, Shrek, Puss in Boots, Donkey. Yeah. Those have carried over. They've crossed the Atlantic. Like so people will reference these images online.
Yeah.
It's also that one video of the seagull stealing a bag of crisps from the co-op on Union Street has made it across to the US. They know about this.
You have to be like, that's on my originally. It was like an R.S. McCall's or something that the first one ever went into. The seagull was videoed just walking in with a bag of crisps and walking out again.
It's amazing.
I'm assuming as a content person you've heard of the Sidemen.
Yes.
And they came to Aberdeen. One of their Sunday videos, I think it was last year or the year before, they came to Aberdeen. They went to one of the I can't remember the name of it, one of the Highland Wear places on Union Terrace. Right at the very end, down the bottom end. It was throw a dart at a map and you have to go wherever that lands.
Interesting.
They threw it, but it landed nearer to Inverness. But they were trying to work out flights on how to get somewhere, so they changed and just came to Aberdeen instead. So they went to Cadona's down at the beachfront.
Incredible.
They went to Den at the Glen. They went to Balnagasks. Nigbay Golf Club. They were very scared to say the name of Nigbay Golf Club just in case. I was like, I get it, I totally understand. But yeah, they actually filmed like half of one of their big Sidemen Sundays in Aberdeen.
Wild.
Yeah. So weird. I remember seeing like people posting photos going, oh my God, these guys are in Aberdeen. I'm like, sorry, what? How can I go down? So like I always said, someone needs to do this as a video. If you're a YouTuber or a content creator, recreating the Sidemen's video in Aberdeen. So going to the same places and just following it around and seeing if those places still remember being featured as part of a...
They might not know.
10 million viewed video.
This is the thing. Because of, I guess, the businesses, they might have absolutely no concept as to who these people are.
Yeah.
Because I've not seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm, of the age that I'm the exact demographic for a Sidemen video, and I've not seen it. So
I'll send you the link to that Sunday one. I've got it still saved somewhere. So I can't remember where the other teams. I think it was 2 or 3 teams that they split into.
Right.
So it was like 3 of them came up here, 3 went somewhere, or 4 went somewhere else. I can't remember what it was. It was really weird to be like, hang on a minute, this is like a globally recognized brand that's now just wandering around my city doing these weird things, getting photos at Pataudry, getting photos with the weird Shrek at Den in the Glen. It was so cool. And I think things like that are things that people need to latch onto in Aberdeen and create more of. Yeah. Because, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do it. Do things.
Yeah, go and do things. That's our big thing is just be positive. Why would you moan about there being nothing to do when there is so much to do?
Yeah.
one of the series we want to make is Mythbusters. We want to do Mythbusters where we take common myths and misconceptions and just prove them wrong.
Yeah.
The big one is, there's just nothing to do. We, at the podcast, we only do a certain number of segments a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're really struggling to pick which things go into that episode because there are so many things to do. Yep. Shows at the theatre, smaller gigs at Lemon Tree, restaurants, businesses, just so much going on.
Yep.
And then for people to still try and turn around and say there's nothing to do, it's just not right. It's not correct. And, people who say that there's nothing to do, I think they should just go out and...
One of the best things I've found for them is, and if you don't have it yet, it's an app everyone should have on their phone, Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, yeah.
There is always something being posted on there. And a lot of these events are free to attend as well. The Chemist, Mickey's, they're always got these talks going on.
Yes.
That are free for people to attend where you can go and learn a bit more about something. It might not be a subject that's massively of interest to you, but what have you got to lose by going along and supporting this local little structure?
Yeah, that's another thing for the show, where sometimes we'll talk about things that aren't the most interesting to everyone. We'll look at something and go, okay, that feels like a niche market, but it's not. There'll be maybe a handful of people that will watch that and go, actually, I'm really interested. And that's what we wanted. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the most broadly appealing subject. If it's something that will interest someone, I've done my job right.
Exactly. If you've gained one extra person attending a thing or visiting a thing or doing a thing, then cool. You don't grow by adding 100,000 people overnight. You grow by adding one or two at a time, watching them come back. This is what drives me nuts, is everyone goes, it's the same with content creation stuff. It's like, oh, I had this video that had like 1 million views on it. Cool, how much did your next one have? Like, it's that continuation of growth. It's not just this one-hit wonder thing. And Aberdeen's a city that's got so much potential for this kind of stuff. I think I'm conscious time-wise. Obviously, that's on quite a bit. But I would love to have you come back in and see us again in a few months' time.
Of course.
And just chat a little bit more about what you do between now and then. We'll have had the tall ships. You won't have.
I'll be there for the tail end because it's the week. It's the 18th to the 22nd. Film festival's 18th to the 20th. So
you get a couple of days in.
Yeah, I work tirelessly for 48 hours, and then I get to see. No, I want to say Kaiser Chiefs is the Monday. I should know the schedule like it's the back of my hand. I'm going to confidently say on camera, Kaiser Chiefs is the Monday. And then this is where the text box appears, like he was absolutely wrong.
Pause. It was at this moment he knew.
No. Yeah. I'm going to say Kaiser Chiefs is Monday.
Yeah. It's just, you've got so much going on. You're a busy human being. Where can people find you online? Obviously, Word on the Street is on LinkedIn.
Yep. So follow Our Union Street on LinkedIn. Follow Our Union Street on Instagram. You can follow me personally at Finlay Hendry on Instagram. As we said at the start, I'm not usually on my LinkedIn. I found out today I've actually been locked out of my LinkedIn account for security reasons.
I was told this.
I went, I can't get access to my account. Went, yeah, you're a threat, a national threat. It's like, I've not posted anything.
That's why.
I updated my job, and they went, nah, that's suspicious. I mean, maybe it's suspicious that someone who's never posted has followers? Question mark.
All of a sudden has a thing to do. It's like, wait, what?
No. It's a threat to national security.
I was informed this morning by your cohort that you'd been locked out.
I've been locked out of my LinkedIn.
Well, if he does ever get into it, by all means, click and give him a follow.
Yeah, please do.
What's going on there?
You can do that.
You can follow us at SZN Media Limited on Instagram and give us a follow on LinkedIn while you're there. And again, as we said at the start, if you don't follow the channel or subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do. Yeah. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can turn notifications on for it, and you can keep up to date with all the episodes as they come out. These are weekly, every Monday at 8:15 a.m. posted. Why? Because we're looking for business people. I will freely admit we're posting these at the right time because we hope that you, watching this, either want to come on an episode or you know someone who can. If you do, give us an email, info@sznmedialimited.co.uk, or leave it in the comment section down below. Tell us who you want to see. Before you're allowed to leave, you have to recommend someone to come on a future episode that we can then harass.
Ooh, who do I want on? Steve-O from 99, Bar 99.
Steve-O from 99?
Yeah, he was the former bar manager, and then when 99 closed, he was part of the main reason it's opened back up again. He's an incredible human being who has been part of the Aberdeen bar community for a very long time. Okay. And I think he'll hate being on camera, but I think he deserves a shout out because he is an absolute staple of Aberdeen hospitality. Yeah. And I think he needs some recognition.
Worst case scenario, I know Martin Farmer. I will send him to harass you, Steve-O. There you go, Steve-O. The call has been put out. The beacons are lit. Finlay calls for aid.
I call for aid.
Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you again in next week's episode.